Hello, everyone. Today we have a special guest. We have Joshua, and today we're going to talk about his weight loss journey from going from 290 pounds to 160. And he's going to share his story with you guys. He's going to give you guys some insight, some advice on for those of you who are trying to lose weight, or maybe you've tried and failed, or maybe you're stuck. Maybe you've come to that point where you've lost a certain amount of weight and now you're stuck. And Joshua's going to share with his story, and he's going to tell us how he was able to successfully lose 130 pounds within how much time, Joshua?
It took me around I'd say a good year.
About a whole year.
Yeah, 1 year to
Okay.
lose that much weight.
All right. So he's going to share his journey, and Joshua's 17 years old. He was diagnosed with pre-diabetes prior to his weight loss journey. And we will have some pictures, some before and after, some transformation. And you're going to see how Joshua has transformed his life from being in his room playing video games to becoming active. And so I want to ask you, Joshua, what was the first step? What made you want to lose weight? First of all, what did you do?
Well, when we went on a trip together to San Antonio, and we were taking pictures all across San Antonio, I was in the car and I wanted to see the pictures, and I realized that I wasn't that good looking. I just wanted to improve on myself, and I saw my sister and my mom losing a lot of weight, so I just wanted to kind of follow in their steps and lose some weight.
Okay. Wow. So, after just looking at pictures, that motivated him to want to lose weight. And I think a lot of times, we do that, right? We go back and we look at the past. I think just a few days ago, before New Year's, we were looking at pictures of the past, and we're like, wow, what a transformation. And transformation doesn't mean just to get skinny or to be better looking, if that's what it is, right? But transformation can come from also your mental health, and also as far as your health in general, because of course obesity causes diabetes, high blood pressure, autoimmune disease, inflammation, and so forth. Joshua, when you started the first, because I know you went through periods of different.
Yeah, I did.
You went through periods of trying to master it and get from one weight goal to the next weight goal. You didn't do it all at once and say, hey, I'm going to lose 130 pounds. I don't think what was your goal, the first goal?
Oh, my first goal was just to get to 200.
Okay.
And I was 280, and I just wanted to get to 200. And I really crushed that goal out of the park.
Okay. Can you share with us how you crushed the goal?
Oh, okay.
So what did you start with? What was the first thing?
The first thing I've ever started with when I really started officially trying to lose weight was keto. Keto really helped me, no carbs at all, just protein and just fats, and it really helped. I saw the weight drop
Dramatically,
yeah,
right?
too much kind of. I had to stop it kind of.
Okay.
Because I was losing the weight too fast.
Too fast. Okay.
Yes.
And so then at that point, did you do anything else as far as the keto? What was your next step?
So my next step after keto was I started really trying to implicate working out daily. I would just do some cardio, or I would try to master my calisthenics or push-ups. It took me a while to get my first push-up down. I've never really been able to do exercises like that before, so since I've been overweight mainly my whole life. So it took me a good 2 months of just doing knee push-ups to get my first push-up down, and that's what really helped me lose some weight.
Wow, that was a lot of progress, just getting the push-ups, because from being from childhood obesity and the transformation to becoming a teenager, and then looking back at the picture and saying, hey, I want to be thinner, I'm going to do this, and then motivating himself to start with what he thought would be maybe the fastest way, which was keto, and then going from keto to exercising, and then from exercising, where there was a point where you're like, all you're eating is like the same food. I'm seeing you eat the same thing
Oh,
all the
yeah.
time. Okay, so tell us a little bit about that. Tell us about your oatmeal and protein and that type
So
of.
I will tell you, some of the foods that I've ate over the course of me losing weight have been really bland, I'm not gonna lie. But I feel like eating the same food over and over and getting a regimen like of knowing what you're gonna eat in the day really can help you drop some pounds. Like, I know me personally, oatmeal has helped me a lot. I've eaten it in the morning, in the night, in the afternoon, for dinner. Like, that's been my best food. One, because it has carbs and a lot of fiber. And I know a lot of people talk bad about oatmeal, like, oh, oatmeal's for horses and stuff like that. But it's really not. It's like one of the best foods you could eat. It makes you go to the restroom, like, especially if you're like restricting your calories. Oatmeal is really good for you to eat.
So oatmeal actually like kept you full,
Yeah,
right?
it kept me full.
And
Like, I
not
didn't
from
have to eat.
snacking, and because there's that slow release. So, for those of you who know a little bit about oatmeal or any type of carbohydrate that has fiber in it, it is going to slowly be released into the glucose. So it's not going to go in directly like if you eat carbohydrates with no fiber. For instance, bread or tortilla or chips or snacks, things like that. It's gonna go right into the bloodstream and turn into fat. So there's a process in that. So you can eat. So he went from keto now to adding carbs, and now he's doing heavy amounts of carbs, but he's maintaining his what?
My weight, my calories.
Your
That's what I'm
calorie
doing.
intake,
My
right?
calorie intake.
So
The
so
next
then you
step.
became what?
What I became what?
Calorie deficit.
Oh yeah, calorie deficit. The real next jump for me that helped me really, like, cause at one point I was stuck. I was stuck at 200 pounds. Like, I could not for the life of me, no matter how much I ran, no matter how little I ate, like, well, seemingly like little, but really I was eating a lot. But no matter what I did, I was like, why am I not dropping this weight? I'm just stuck right here. And I soon like realized that calories is key. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if you don't count your calories and you're trying to lose weight, you should really start doing it, because it will.
Especially when you get stuck.
Yeah.
This is where we talked about in the beginning, like, if you've lost weight and now you're stuck, this is where that part takes place. This is where you're going to do some calorie deficit. Now, if you've been eating 3,000 calories, 4,000 calories a day, and you switch to keto or low carbing, you're going to lose weight,
Oh yeah, for sure.
for sure. But if now, here he's at this area where he's already lost a great amount of weight. And I think a lot of people, this is what happens. They get stuck here. So now he's calorie deficit. Now you're eating healthy, right? Now
Oh
you're
yeah.
eating vegetables.
I'm
He's
eating real
eating
healthy.
salads. What else? And so he's adding, but now he's doing calorie deficit. And then now tell us about the workouts you're doing.
The workouts. So.
Because you became calorie deficit, you started off with what? Just like jogging, running.
Oh yeah.
And then you put in a little bit of extra workouts. And now.
So when I first started working out, I thought that, like, running and, like, I don't know, like jump ropes, jumping jacks, squats and all that stuff, I thought that was a workout, like how you're gonna work your body to lose weight. And yeah, it does help, but what you really want to focus on is weight training, because that's what I did. Weight training. I know a lot of people say it's hard, like you can't do both, lose weight and gain muscle, but losing weight and gaining muscle is key. Like, if you can try to fit that in or do it, it will help you a lot in the end.
Okay. And what about, do you have any advice for maybe people who can't work out, who don't have time, maybe they're just not ready for the working out?
I would
What
say,
would you suggest? Do you think that 80% of your weight loss came from eating, or do you think like from your nutritional eating, or do you think it was because of working out? What would you say?
No, I think the working out, like weight training, has helped me gain muscle. That's like if you want muscle, like if you're trying to get lean, stick to the calorie deficit. You don't have to work out. You can
Yeah.
maybe throw in like a few like, squats or something just for your
Light
legs. Yeah,
walking.
light walking, something. But you don't really have to work out if you don't want to. But I would recommend it. The thing I would recommend for people who don't have time to, work out is, and they're trying to drop weight, is intermediate fasting. Do
Wow.
intermediate fasting.
So there was a time where you even did intermediate
Yeah,
fasting,
I did
right? Okay, so
for a
tell us a
while.
little bit about the intermediate fasting, because
So
that's what works for me, you guys. When I do intermediate fasting, I can feel my face getting thinner, and this is something that I've been doing for a very long time because most of my family is obese. Genetic makeup, thyroid issues, metabolic syndrome, so all of those things that it's just a little harder to lose weight for some of us, and some of us, can lose weight a little bit easier. But tell us a little bit about the intermediate fasting. So when did you cut your hours out, or how did you do that?
So a lot of people don't know what intermediate fasting really is, but intermediate fasting is the amount of time in between where you eat. So like, say you have a little window, like, okay, I'm only eating till 4 till 7, and I can't go past that. That's intermediate fasting. So after 7, you count the hours going up, and then when you sleep, and then by the time you're already woken up and you're hungry again, and it's already 4, like when you need to eat again, you fasted 16 hours, and you've actually maybe probably like burned a pound or two.
So from keto to carbs, and then from calorie deficit to intermediate fasting, from exercising to training, this is the results that Joshua gets. He loses 130 pounds in 1 year. Now, during that time, Joshua, did you take any supplements? Did you
Oh, I
take
did.
collagen? What did you take? Tell us what you took.
Well, I mean, they're kind of lined up right here, like all that I really took. So here, this is like one of the most important ones. Actually, here, I'll get 2 of them, 3 of them. Look, these main ones, these paired together, the CMOS
Okay.
and the ashwagandha.
So CMOS has 92 minerals and ashwagandha. And what else did you take?
I took ginger root.
Ginger root. Okay.
We don't have it here right now.
Okay.
But I took turkey tail to help my digestive.
Yeah, he did take quite a bit of turkey tail for his digestive system.
And these supplements, they really helped me because I would be running when I would be losing weight, I would be running out in the cold, and I would just be doing a lot of exercise, which is not that good for your immune system because
So I believe like the ashwagandha, it helped your cortisol levels.
Yeah.
As far as like the workout, also it also helps you recover a little faster from workouts. So does the sea moss. It helps with recovery, and then it also has 92 minerals. And then the ginger is kind of, it's just doing so many things to the body, right? But mainly, what I love about ginger is that it's a natural parasite killer. So it's just like attacking everything that's bad that's going into the body. And then you were taking the turkey tail for the digestion,
turkey tail really helped
right?
me.
And then you also took some cascara sagrada a few times, right?
Yeah, I did.
Or in between, depending, because when you change your diet, your digestive system obviously is going to change. So, I believe that was
especially
part of the reason.
when you go off track from your intermediate fasting. Like if you say you're intermediate fasting for like a month or 2, and then suddenly like you break that time window, your digestive system, your digestive clock is gonna be all whacked out. It's not gonna know when to use the restroom. You're probably not gonna use the restroom for a day. So in order to like countermeasure that, I would use turkey tail and cascara sagrada sometimes, because that really like just helped make the clock go by again. It would like fix my digestive, and I'd be able to use the restroom again. And of course, we're talking about like when you're cutting out calories and stuff. If you're normally eating, this probably wouldn't happen to you. But if you're trying to drop weight and you're cutting out calories.
Yeah, like going from 3,000 calories to 1,500
Yeah.
calories, there's going to be a digestion change
Yeah,
in the
your body's
body,
gonna-
So and that's what Joshua used. And what else can you tell them?
Well, I use collagen for my hair, to get it the way it is right
What
now.
about protein powders? So
Oh,
how are you
protein?
with the protein? Because I remember seeing you
Yeah, I kind of used
making
it
like
a lot.
you did like an oatmeal with a scoop of protein, and then
Yeah.
give,
So
give them a recipe.
so I
Give them give them a breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
okay.
You just let's hear
So-
what your breakfast, lunch, and dinner look like.
So usually if you're gonna be getting proteins, you're gonna want what they call golden standard whey. It's the protein that has the most amount of protein, the least amount of calories, and tastes the best. That's the one you're gonna want. And yeah, it's gonna be pricey a little bit, but it's worth it in the end because you're really gonna hit those goals and do those marks.
And someone's gonna probably comment, what protein are you talking about?
Oh, I'm talking about MRE. I'm talking about gold standard protein. I'm talking about
Okay.
maybe
'Cause I don't know
some
anything
of
about
some of the
protein
ghost
shakes.
proteins, like all that stuff. All those proteins, they're good. They're really good.
Okay.
They help me a lot. But anyways, breakfast. If you want to add protein to your breakfast, and you're like, what, oatmeal? That's a good breakfast. But how am I supposed to get in protein if I'm trying to build muscle? Well, what you could do is you could get your oatmeal, cook it, and then after you're done cooking it, shake up your MRE protein, and then throw it in, and then eat it all together.
And how many
then-
calories do you think that
Oh,
more or less
like
is?
about 300. Like,
Oh, wow.
And
300 calories. That sounds like a lot of food for 300
Oh, it
calories.
is. You'll
so
get full.
So you're trading, basically a good amount. You're getting a good amount of food for
Oh, you'll
a
get
very,
full. You'll
very
get full.
amount, a little amount of calories.
Yeah.
So what does lunch look like for you at
Well,
the time? Right now, because I
lunch-
know you're bulking.
yeah,
right?
now
so,
I'm trying to gain weight, but
so
so lunch on a calorie deficit is this is what I would do. If I wanted to eat lunch and I didn't want to like eat too many calories, I would opt for a salad, maybe some chicken breast. Well, depending, like sometimes I wouldn't really have those foods, like all of them most of the time, but most of the time I really did because my mom also was trying to lose weight as well, or like was trying to eat healthier.
Right.
But if I were in a calorie deficit right now, I would definitely get like some chicken breasts and a good salad mix and eat that all together. And then you could even eat another chicken breast because salad has no calories if you don't add dressing. A lot of people, they think they're eating healthy when they make salads.
Yeah.
But then they're really dumping a lot of oil into their salads.
Yeah, one packet's like 300 calories.
Yeah,
the ranch or the
Guys,
dressings.
Opt out for the dressing.
Yeah,
It's
take
not
the
worth
dressing out.
It's not worth it.
So how can we replace that dressing? Let's see. What are some options?
I'm a simple guy, A lot of people call me boring, but I just like some lemon and salt and pepper. It really makes the salad taste better.
Maybe like some different types of seasons depending on what mood you're in. If you're in the mood for something like more Asian, then you could always add like some type of Asian seasoning on the top. But you want to get rid of sauces, right? Like sauces are super high in calories. And ranch dressings,
What I
stuff
really
like that.
avoided when I was on calorie deficit was 1, refined sugars, 2, anything that had sugar in it, like a sauce or something. I just wouldn't eat it because what's food without the sauce? Like you're eating the food, but you don't have the sauce. It's okay. You don't need the sauce.
Yeah, I think
Some
it's just
people-
it's like just like a mind thing, right? Like
Yeah,
you kind of like turn the
It's
switch
the sauce
off.
is not gonna get you more fuller. It's gonna be the same thing.
Yeah.
But if you really want to add the sauce, there's ways to make low calorie ranch. There's ways to make low calorie dressings. You just have to put a little bit of time into it. Like here, I'll tell you a low calorie dressing. So what you could do for ranch is you could get Greek yogurt, right? Get a pack of Danos. No, not Danos. Get a pack of Hidden Valley Ranch, the seasoning. It's a seasoning packet at Walmart. You can find them. You could get a lot of them just for like, I don't know, $2. And then you come home, you get your Greek yogurt, and you add a little bit of milk, and you mix it together, and you have ranch. You have ranch right there.
Wow.
Some low-calorie ranch. You could use that on your salads. You could use that for
And so
maybe chicken. I don't know.
what was dinner like? Because you gave us our breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Oh, okay, dinner.
So dinner, are you eating like the same thing over and over?
A little bit. Nah.
Are you just switching out the veggies and keeping up with the chicken pretty
Yeah.
much? Because, red meat has like a higher content in fat and,
Yeah, it does.
especially
So-
if you're on calorie deficit. It would be usually fish and chicken,
Yeah.
right?
So for dinner, I would avoid a lot of red meats. Like most of the time I wouldn't eat those. I would try my best to eat chicken, fish, broccoli, green beans, potatoes. I wouldn't even eat rice sometimes, and that's because that's like a grain that is not even that bad to eat.
Right.
But I would mainly
You were
eat
so
those
strict
foods.
on.
Yeah,
you
no, I was
was
really
extremely
strict.
So now that you've lost the 130 pounds, can you stand up so we can kind of like get a little look of,
Okay.
just let's see.
Yeah,
See-
I've lost a couple pounds,
Yeah, let's see. Turn around right there. There you go. And so now that you've lost the weight, now you said you want to gain weight back.
Oh, yeah,
So
I need
now
to gain
you're
weight.
gaining weight because you want to put on some more muscle.
Yes.
What would you give? I mean, now that you've done this, you did this for a year. You lost 130 pounds. You were weighing 290, almost 300 pounds.
Almost 300.
Almost 300 pounds.
I almost weighed 300.
Okay, so now you're at 160. What advice would you give someone who wants to start, like right now? They want to lose, maybe they weigh 300 pounds, maybe they weigh more, and they want to lose weight. What kind of advice would you give them right now? How to start? Would you, because just because of the fact
The
of
advice-
having a little bit of, the skin
Yeah.
and
The advice-
why you're bulking up right now is because you're going to tighten up a little
Yeah.
bit more. Now, did you have a lot of hanging skin? No. Right?
No.
But now that you've done it, now that you already
It kind of bothers me.
it kind of bothers you.
Yeah.
So now share what you having this expertise and knowing what you know now,
Well-
what would you do different?
What I would do different is I would start slow. Like, losing weight is, there's a time limit. You think like, oh, I have to lose weight by then, or I'm not gonna look good, right? But in reality, it doesn't matter how long it takes you to lose the weight. A matter of fact, the longer it takes you to lose the weight, the better. The slower you lose the pounds and shed them off, the better it is, because you know how hard it will be to gain a pound? I'll tell you right now, like, I'll eat 6,000 calories in a day, and I still won't gain a pound sometimes.
Wow. 6,000 calories, that's a lot, Josh.
Yeah, that's
quite a bit of-
way over the regular amount of food you're supposed to eat.
So now he's trying to gain weight back. And so it's okay, guys. It's like if you're on a journey, and I know we just entered a new year, we're 2024, and I know that a lot of his weight gain did come in. I mean, he did have, we're big people. Like, we come from a big family. My grandmother was 6'4", so our bones we're big, right? So, but when the weight actually was put on was during the pandemic.
Oh, yeah.
And when that pandemic hit, I know he's not the only one, because so many of my clients have asked me, what do I do? What can I do? What can I do for my child? Their concern is just beyond the normal, since the pandemic. Losing weight is something that you guys, it doesn't, there's no date on there. Right?
Yeah, there's
There-
no time limit.
There's no time limit. There's no finish line. I mean, you can do it. You don't have to do it all in 1 year.
Do it
is
at
what
your
I'm trying
own
to say.
pace.
Right. But
You
and can you tell them, like, what do you tell yourself every single day when you're on this? Because you have to have told yourself something. What do you tell yourself? How do you not give up?
How do I not give up?
Yes.
Just, okay, seeing the progress, like really seeing the progress, and that just like shines a little bit of hope on you, Like, you'll see how far you've came. Like, I recommend, like, if you're losing weight right now, take progress photos. Take them. You're gonna need those progress photos. You're gonna need them to motivate you. You're gonna need them to see how far you came. You're gonna need them to, maybe one day you're like, oh, I don't want to count my calories today. I don't want to do this workout. Look at that progress photo and let it push you to want to never get like that again. And just stay how you are. Stay fit, you know? It's good to stay fit. You don't want to gain weight. I mean, gaining weight has a bunch of problems with it. And
Right.
you don't want to.
And so since
become
from
like that.
from that time, like, what did you notice? Like, did you notice like confidence as far as like, did you gain confidence? Did you notice like, hey, now I'm being more active?
Yeah, definitely.
Did your hobbies change?
A lot.
A lot.
My
So
hobbies changed a lot.
So your life really like changed. What about your mental health? How did
Yeah.
that tell us about your mental health?
My mental health really did change a lot when I started losing weight. Like, I remember, like, back then when I was a little bit bigger, I would just, like, let everything that I saw in the mirror, I wouldn't even want to look in the mirror because I was so afraid of what I saw. And I wouldn't want to step on a scale, or I would be scared to go to the doctors with my mom because they're going to tell me how much I weigh. And they're going to be, oh, he's on the way of type 2 diabetes. But, no, like, all that really scared me. And my mental health was not the best at the time. But losing weight and sticking to something, doing something you love. Like, you know, losing weight doesn't have to be like, oh, I have to lose this weight. Oh, I have to go work out. Do something you love. If you love basketball, if you love playing something, make that your cardio. If you love, I don't know, here, let's think.
Shopping.
You love shopping, make that your cardio.
Make that your cardio. Go shopping. Don't buy everything in the store,
Yeah.
right? But wow, what an amazing story. What an amazing transformation. And you know, there's just so much emotion and so much discipline, and there's the ups and the downs, but at the end of it there was just this immense amount of discipline, you know, in your journey. And I personally watched his journey.
My mom has seen me run outside.
I watched his journey, and I remember hearing him running in the dark around a half an acre. Huh?
On a school day.
On a school day.
I had to go to school in the morning.
Yes. And I remember the first time I heard him running, and I could hear him like out of breath. And then as he's running, I'm listening to him, and I can hear the breath. It's changing, the tone. He's able to run faster, breathe better. I don't hear that sound anymore. And as he's just going faster and faster and faster. And I was just like, wow, I need to record this. But it was at night. So, you know, and I remember those were the first. That's before he even went to a gym, right?
Oh yeah, that was before I went to a gym.
That was before.
Guys, if you can't go to a gym, work out at your house.
That's the first place you start. You can start right there in your
there and then
in your home,
don't
in your
say you're
room,
gonna start tomorrow.
Down the
don't
street.
Don't make these excuses for yourself. If you really want to get at it, start it. Do it. That's the only way you're gonna ever start it.
Yeah, you have to start. You can't say, I'm going to start next week, or I'm going to start in the new year. I'm going to start.
I'm going to start losing weight.
You just got to do it. You
do it before the new year.
Right.
It's already the new year.
You have to start. And once you start and you do see results, because you will see the results.
You will.
But results come from you, right?
They come from you and consistency. Consistency. Keep on showing up. Keep on doing those workouts. Keep on eating healthy. Keep on doing what you love. And
Absolutely.
You'll see results.
And so, yes, you guys. So like and subscribe to our channel. And if you want some more advice on how to lose weight, I believe, Joshua, you're going to create your own nutrition plan, right?
Oh, I am.
Yeah. So he's going to work on that. He's going to work on a nutrition plan because he does, he knows what it is to be obese and through childhood, the suffering of, like he said, not being as confident, looking in the mirror, hesitating to go to the doctor's office, knowing that his mother is in nutrition and he's doing the opposite at that time, and just overindulging and
Bad
kind of
habits.
just putting himself in those habits himself.
Make good habits.
Making good habits and changing his lifestyle has been tremendously amazing. I have watched this child change tremendously. He motivates me now. So
She started it though.
it's an amazing transformation, and I'm just so excited for him. And I'm excited for those of you who are going to start. For those of you who have been inspired by this video, we applaud you. We tell you, don't give up, don't stop. You can do this, because in reality, you want to learn. You want to be able to share this with your family. If they see you do it, you never know who you're going to inspire. You might be inspiring one of your siblings. You might inspire one of your parents. You might inspire, someone that you're in a relationship with. I don't know who it is, but you're making a big change when you do this, because you're not only are you doing it for yourself, but you're doing it for your audience. Just like Josh had his audience and he has his audience, you can make that same change at home, and you'll have your audience, and someone's going to be watching, and they're going to be asking. And how many times do you get stopped in the hallway in school and they ask you, hey, is that you?
Yeah, in school it's so different, because I used to go to school like when I was overweight. My freshman year, I would go to school, right? People known me as, oh, that kid's big, And nowadays, when I'm in school, I have sometimes people who haven't been in school for a while. They'll come up to me and ask me, "Is that really you, Joshua?" Like,
Wow.
the difference it's made is very crazy. Like, a lot of people will look at me and be like, "You're not Joshua." No way.
Yeah, and you guys are going to see his before pictures, and then you're going to see his after, and you're just going to see such a different change on his face, just all around. You're going to see how much of a transformation Joshua had in 1 year, 130 pounds. So we're going to go ahead and end this video. Anything you'd like to share with anybody, Josh?
I was drinking my mom's hibiscus tea. Go check it out on her website.
Yes, the African hibiscus tea, you guys, you need to
It's really
you
good.
need to try it, because that you brought that up. I was drinking lion's mane and reishi, which it doesn't really have a color, but I love it for my videos. It keeps me like focused,
Yeah,
super
it really
focused,
does. I tried it.
energized. But the hibiscus, let me tell you a little bit about the hibiscus. It has chromium, and it also has psyllium, which is really good for your stomach. And then the chromium helps burn calories, and it helps with inflammation in the body, and it also alkalines your body. So it's a great tea to, if you want to maybe get rid of Cokes, or if you're drinking black tea, then you would definitely want to check out my African hibiscus tea on my website. And I will leave on the bottom of this video, I'll leave my website, my Facebook page, and my Instagram page. And then once Joshua completes his nutrition plan, I will go ahead and we'll probably make another video.
Yeah, we will.
We'll definitely make another video. So go ahead and like and subscribe. Share this video with a friend or a family member. Maybe they can encourage them. And thank you for joining Teas and Conversations.
Bye.
Bye.